Alright, so today I'm standing in Serbia and I'm drinking this homemade rakia, a specialty here, which is made from the harvested plums from this area. Let's just enjoy the present moment, because that's what I want to talk to you about. I've been having more and more negative thoughts lately, poisonous thoughts, and I was wondering where they came from and if I could break them down in order to combat them, because poisonous thoughts don't really have anything good in them. That's why they're poisonous. They can only bring you down. One situation where I looked at when I was breaking down these poisonous thoughts was the climbing up a mountain, which is a good example in my opinion, because I was climbing a mountain, which can be a pretty long way going up to the top, and at one point you just look up and you think like, oh, in just some minutes I will be at the top of this mountain, and you see yourself already standing there knowing that you made it. But at that point you're not there. At that point you're still like somewhere in the middle or somewhere down there. You actually are very optimistic, think like, oh, I will be at the top in just a few minutes. So you start to cycle faster and faster, and then you realize that it takes more time, more effort, and you will not be at the top in a few minutes. Eventually you will have leg cramp and you will be covered in sweat, and it will be a lot tougher than you imagined. But hey, that's an optimistic mind, and an optimistic mind is good. Trust me, because it makes you act, it makes you do stuff, because you have the feeling that you are able to do it. But if you're too focused on your end goal in this way, you will only disappoint yourself. And if you will disappoint yourself, your head, which is programmed to make it as easy for you as possible, will come up with excuses to stop. It will come up with excuses to make you just take a step back. Take a break, man. You can't do this anymore. Your legs hurt. Come on, stop for a moment. You're hungry. Take something to eat. Have a drink. Because you're going like oh, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Looking down to the ground for a moment, a slight moment, and I realized that if I was looking down to the ground and you didn't saw how steep the mountain was, and you didn't saw how high you were, it was actually very easy. It was the same as every road where we drove. Because every time I looked up, I wasn't focused on this moment anymore. I was like, oh, I want to be there, I want to be up there. But when I looked down, I was only focusing on this 1 square meter. And I was driving and driving and driving with my head down. I didn't look up. And at one point, I looked up and I saw I'm almost there, like a few meters, and I'm almost there. I was like, what the fuck? That's amazing. I already did this whole part without even noticing. Expectations, that desire that you have, don't let it get poisonous. And instead of looking up to the top every time, you can just look at this 1 meter ahead of you, and it will be much easier. So, Chivoli on that.